Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Check 26, check 26. 300.
Here's Cousins. And this one complete to Smith. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Don't be scared of it. Watch the safety creep. Watch the 48. Gun.
To throw, Cousins. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Check 43. 3-2 jet bomber. 3-2 jet bomber. Two. Hey, Charlie.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
We got 4.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. And his kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Ready. 10 Lobo. 54. Mike, 54. I'm coming after you.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off of the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
Johnson jostles free, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Come on here, come get some. He don't want it. He's checking.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Quit talking about it.
2nd and 13. He'll get this one to Galladay. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Ready. I got him. Jim, go.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
3rd and 8.
Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
54. Hey, watch the slant. Ready, go.
They'll look to throw. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
That's good. First and 10 at the 12-yard line. He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
Johnson running right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jesse James, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And he finds Cook. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Check 4, check 4. Greystone, Travis.
Throwing his Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. 30 pace, let's go. Let's go.
On 2nd down, Johnson powers ahead at the 45. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 34.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side, but how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble. What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now, we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up.
And it's a fumble. as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL.
Ready, break, forward. Dog. Hey, pick your game up. 36.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Harrison Smith on the safety. Blitz able to get the sack. So on fourth down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will knot us up at 10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Switch.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down now, it's Johnson. And some room to maneuver. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Prater on to add the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They run, Cook. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
I got one. Check 31. Hey, 61. Max box, light.
A first down throw for Cousins. It's caught. Smith. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down.
Hey, Ken! Whip. Watch the whip. Check Mike 99. Rabbit. 2050.
Running for it. Here's Cook. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 18. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Johnson. The tackle there by Antoine Woods.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Daniil Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
10 Tucson, protein spill. 55 to mine.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Throwing left side, it's complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends.
Let's go, defense. Out of time. Ready, ready. Ready.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Throwing, Cousins. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check, crunch.
Again, it's Johnson. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. They'll run on 1st down. It's Johnson. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
You. 25.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Tight down. There you go.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Looking to throw. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a 1st down if not for that penalty moments ago.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
2nd and 9 now. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Back to throw here. It's caught. Jones. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
That's fielded in the end zone. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
On 2nd down and 4, Cousins throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
James has it. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 39.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Going deep for Diggs. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Cousins again. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. Well, I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Now Cousins on fourth down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. And they're not able to convert on fourth down.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And he'll go down at the 28. That one a first down pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back to throw now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. 2nd and 6. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his...
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee. And they'll start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's 2nd and 8. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Complete, Smith has it. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Now the extra point try forthcoming. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Prater for the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. On 1st and 10, Costello. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at about the 31. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. On 1st down, Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a 1st down or more. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Taking it in from the 20. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point good by Prater, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And there is a flag as he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. But who's this going to be against? Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give it go.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We've got a lopsided game here, which I don't know, Charles. What does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A first down and then some. 36 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Johnson on the counter. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
Watch the twist. Check nickel.
They go to Johnson again. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's